Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to link up your website with the Search Console and what are the metrics we can use for analyzing your website performance with the Search Console. Let us see. So now let's get started. Okay, so today's session is all about Google Search Console. Now we are done with the complete optimization in our website, like whatever the places that Google considers, so that all places we tried optimizing, like meta titles, meta descriptions, headings, internal links
Internal
and
links,
external
external
links,
links,
bolds, italics,
Image
fine.
alls, yeah.
image
Image
alls.
alls. Okay,
Yeah,
again, why we optimize our images?
So that
Why?
Google can understand what type of image is it.
content.
Images.
Yeah, like just by seeing visually.
Yes. So now the all those things I have optimized. Now you have to make Google to come to your website, right? So why Google
Yeah.
have to come to your website? Why? So do we know
Mm,
the process of how Google works?
no, ma'am, I don't know.
You don't know, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
What
No,
is this?
crawling,
Crawling?
indexing,
Crawling, indexing,
Acha, this one.
relevancy,
calculating
ranking.
relevancy.
Crawling, indexing. So this is how the Google works, right? So first of all, in order to crawl your data, that means crawling means it collects the data, right?
Data.
So
Yeah,
if the Google wants to collect the data, means it has to come to your website, right? It has to visit your website and start crawling your site, and then it indexes your website. Then finally, based on the factors like off page and on page technical SEO, it will give the relevancy factor. Finally, it will give you the rankings. Okay,
yeah.
so now what is the only optimization we are done with?
Meta title.
Right?
We are
On
done
page.
with the
Metadata.
on
On
page
page.
optimization.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so now let us see. Let us make Google to crawl our website and try to index our website also. So that, of course, yes, Google will come to each and every website. There is no doubt. But now I want to see my position. So now I want to see the position now itself. So at the time, there is a one medium called Google Search Console. So it is a tool developed by a Google itself. So every website should be connected with the Google Search Console. It is very, very mandatory. So the alternative name for this Google Search Console is Google Webmaster Tools. This is a tool. This tool helps you out, if you have any issues in your website. So if Google, it will show you what is the page that Google haven't crawled it, what is the page that Google haven't indexed it. So it will show you the issues and all. So you can validate those issues and you can fix those issues if you have this Google Search Console. Okay, so when you are trying to do SEO, then it is very, very mandatory to have a Google Search Console assigned with your website too. Now now let us say, so what is the importance of having this Search Console? I can make Google to collect my data. I can make Google to index my data as well. And one more thing is that, so you can see the whatever the issues you have, you can apply some sitemap. You can see what is the performance of your website, complete analytics of your SEO performance. You can directly check with the Google Search Console. Now Asher asked me that how can I check the positions of my website? How can I know how many people are reaching my website? So that all the things you can do with this original tool called Google Search Console. So again, it is developed by a Google only. It's completely free tool. Now let us see how we can associate our website with this tool and how exactly we can analyze the traffic and all. Okay, so search for Google Search Console. So you have to sign in with your Gmail ID.
Okay.
So start now. So this is, I have already website linked up with my Gmail ID. So it is showing you. Can you see the complete SEO analysis? It is showing you right now, right away here. So I'll show you each and everything later. So now let us know how to associate our website. Now I want to see the positions of Sumit website. Now let me connect the Sumit website. Okay, so if you have already connected any account, so it will show you directly here. If you want to connect any new account, so you have to click this drop down. There you can see option called add property. Okay, so normally if you want to add any website, you have to call it as a property. Okay, so name it as a property. Click on add property. Now there is a two options again, domain and URL prefix.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of difference between domain and URL prefix. Now let us say, now I have a subdomain. Now NDTV is there. Let us take NDTV. So NDTV has a linked up with the many subdomains, right? So the beginning stage I told you. Now let me click this NDTV. So NDTV, normal original NDTV has been linked up with the many subdomains like sports.ndtv, entertainment.ndtv, cricket.ndtv. So it has linked up with cricket tech. Can you see now? Sports.ndt. What is this? It's a
Subdomain.
it's a subdomain. Okay. When I click this, what is this?
Subdomain. Okay.
It's a subdomain. So there are many subdomains that has been linked up with the original ndtv.com. So now, do you want Google to crawl this data as well?
Yes.
This data as well? Yes, right. So we do have some data in this subdomain, and it is linked up with my original website. So when someone click on these folder, they can see all my blogs, right? So that is the reason I want to crawl this subdomain as well. At the time, let's say now, if you feel that, or if you want to crawl all your protocols, all your subdomains, so at that time you can choose this type domain. Okay. So now whatever the website you gave here, so it will not only crawl that. So whatever the subdomains has been linked up with that website, and whatever the protocols like HTTP or HTTPS, so that will crawl here. Okay. You no need to separately call each and every subdomain. So once you put the original domain here, so each and every subdomain it will crawl. Now here, can you see? If I crawl this ndtv.com, it is going to crawl each and every subdomain that I have been linked up with. Got it? Now, I don't want to crawl each and every subdomain. So I am using a separate subdomain. So that is what only my domain is. So at that time, you can choose this. So here, whatever the URL you insert here, only that URL it is going to crawl. That's it. Okay. Only that website data it is going to crawl. Now let us say I choose this URL prefix and I use I insert the sumit.dineshhealth.in. So now tell me. So only that URL it is going to crawl. So is it going to crawl again raki.dineshhealth.in?
No.
Sunil.dineshhealth.in? No. Okay. But when I use here dineshhealth.in, so again it is going to crawl each and every subdomains. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay,
ma'am,
so-
how much time they'll take to crawl
Secondary.
our page?
Secondary. Let me finish
Okay.
these steps, okay?
What did you click for this dialog box to appear?
Sorry?
What did you click for this dialog box to appear?
Click this drop down and there you
Add
can see
property.
option
Add
called
property.
add property.
Okay.
So there you can see two options, domain and URL. So now got it right, the difference between domain and URL prefix.
Yes,
So
miss.
you want to crawl all your subdomains and all your protocols, then you can use it. Otherwise, you can happily use this URL prefix. Okay, but
Ma'am, URL prefix, if I only use, what is the benefit for me then? Like,
there is no benefit and there is no advantages and disadvantages. So if you go with this domain, what happens? It is going to crawl each and every subdomains. You don't need to crawl each and every subdomain particularly. But when you use this URL prefix, so when you feel that yes, this is what only particular website you're working on, so at that time you can use it.
Okay. So like total domain is the best thing, no? To go and to crawl all
when you
my
have a domains, when you have a lot of subdomains, you can choose.
yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, if you go with a URL prefix also, no problem.
Okay.
There is no disadvantage and advantage again. So let me try to connect. So now which website I'm trying to connect? Hit here. Sumit.dineshhealth.in. Okay. Right. Then click on continue. Okay. So now verify ownership. So directly, so we cannot connect to whatever the website we want to connect. So it will ask us the authority. Okay, it is verifying whether we are the owners of that website or not. So how can be the owners of our website? Simply when we have a credentials of our website, right? See here, so now you need to verify whether it is your website or not. To make sure that Google is showing you some verification methods. There are 4 verification methods like 5, HTML5, HTML tag, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and domain name provider. When you choose a domain type, so there will be only one verification method available, that is the domain name provider. Okay, but when you choose this URL prefix, you will be able to access all this verification method. So if you can just satisfy any one of the verification method, that's enough. You no need to do each and every verification method. Okay, so HTML file, if you want to do this, you need to have some access for your cPanel. Okay, so when you purchase a shared hosting, you will be having some cPanel, right? You'll be getting cPanel. So you have to download this HTML file and you have to upload it in the cPanel. So I have created a video on how to do this thing and all. So I'll share you that video also, go through that. And HTML tag. So here it is showing like copy the meta tag below and paste it in your site's homepage. So it is asking us to copy the complete tag present over here and you have to paste it in your site's homepage. Like, you have to get back to the back end of your dashboard and you have to paste this code. The next method is called Google Analytics. Google Analytics is also a tool where we can analyze the complete performance of our site. Okay, so if you have an already account in the Google Analytics, you can just click the drop down and verify. So now we don't have any analytics account, right? So this analytics part will be coming in a later session. So at that time you'll understand. Then Google Tag Manager. It is also one kind of tool where we can manage different kinds of tags. So what is the use of this Google Tag Manager is, now we have a many tags, right? Like Attibot tag. So in future, you will be facing many tags like conversion tracking tag, remarketing, Facebook pixel, Google Analytics tag. So what happens if you have a lot of HTML tags in your website, that makes your loading speed very slow. Okay, so in order to overcome that things, we are trying to use this Google Tag Manager. So if we connect our website to the Google Tag Manager, so this Tag Manager will manage each and every tag. So this is the medium where we are going to manage tags. Okay, so the loading speed also will be high. So at the time it would be good for us. So again, we're gonna see this Google Tag Manager session in later. Right, and then here domain name provider. Okay, so now domain name provider means where you purchase this domain, either in a GoDaddy or a SiteGround. So where exactly you purchase, go there and you have to link up your Google Search Console to your domain name provider. So I have created one video on this domain name provider as well as the HTML file also. Go through that video if you want to use this verification method. So, but not required. If you can go with the HTML tag verification method, that's enough. So any one verification method is fine. So not required to go with all the verification method present over here. Okay, now which one I have to choose? HTML tag. So I will use it. So study carefully here, copy the meta tag below and paste it into your site's homepage. It should go in the head section before the first body section. So now you have to copy the complete tag. Okay, copied it. So where I have to paste it now?
We have to visit the dashboard.
Yeah, we have to visit the dashboard. So I told you to install the plugin for coding. So what is the plugin?
Header and footer.
So if you're not aware of a coding, you can just go with that plugins also. So we try to install that plugin if it is possible.
Yeah, one.
Login. Okay, so now if I want to get back to the coding section, which option I have to choose? Tell me which option. So we have tried pasting our chatbot coding in the backend. Forgot the option? Theme editor.
Again,
Insert headers and footers.
okay.
Theme editor. Right, go to theme editor. Forgot the process?
I told theme editor, but on mute.
I use plugin. I didn't use this one.
Right. No problem. You can use anything.
Insert headers and footers. Okay.
The body section, right?
Yes. It has to go into the head section, not body section. So where it has to go into the header section.
Yes.
Okay, so click on this theme header.
Ma'am, installed.
Okay. Okay, so now I am into a header section. So here my header section is going to start, right?
Right.
So, and here my head section is going to end. So my code has to be in the head section, okay? Between the head section, okay. So now let me put this.
It could be anywhere, beginning or end.
Anywhere, beginning or end, you can paste it. Then scroll down and update. Okay, I have updated. Now come back to the search console. So which verification method I have to verify now?
Yes, same.
Right side,
Verify.
yes.
Got it? So ownership has been verified successfully. Now we are, and it is showing you which verification method you choose as well. Okay. So now fine, done. So go to property. You can directly click on this option to go to the property, or else click on this done. Okay, let me go to the property. Right. So now this is completely the Sumit website Google Search Console. In such a way, you can associate your website to the Google Search Console. Okay.
Processing, it will take some time, I think.
No. So it won't take some to connect. It won't take it won't take any time. But in order to crawl your website, it will take some time. Okay. Now I just connected the Google Search Console. So now what you have to do is, now yes, Google will come. So forcefully I am making Google to crawl my website. So I'm calling Google to crawl my website forcefully. So at that time you can use an option called URL inspection. Okay. So by using this option, you can make your blog post URL or a page URL to crawl by Google. Okay. So now what is the URL I want to crawl? What is that?
With dot.
iOS something is there, right?
Yes, my post URL.
Oh yeah.
So we should be specific. Like what exactly?
You have to inspect each and every blog post URL you have. So now this is a blog post URL, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to make Google to crawl and index this data first of all. Okay. So copy the complete URL. Okay. And go back. URL inspection. Enter your URL and then enter. So retrieving the data. So now it is showing you that URL is not on Google. Sometimes it will show this message also. At the time, you have to click this test live URL. So it will test whether this URL can be indexed or not. It takes some time.
This indexing is automatically, we cannot modify all those things.
Modifying in the sense?
We want our URL to be in a specific section in the Google.
No.
We cannot do
No, we cannot do that. Yes, now URL is available to Google and URL can be indexed. Okay, so now your mobile here mobile usability also mobile friendly. It's very good. So let me try to index it here. Request indexing. I'm requesting Google to index. Okay, so it takes some time, depends on the Google. So it might take 1 day, it might take 1 hour, it might take 2 days, it might take 1 week also to crawl your site and index it. So now I have done my duty. So I made Google to index my data. So it depends on the Google. So let us try to find out the positions now. Okay, so how would you like to find out the positions? Tell me. So normally we will be searching for a keyword, right? Okay, tell me, Sumit, what is your keyword now?
iOS
14.
iOS
14.
14 update. So when someone searches for this keyword in India, do you want to specify the location or else just iOS?
Worldwide.
Yes. Tell me now.
Yeah, in India, okay, no problem.
India. Okay, have you used this keyword or not?
No, ma'am, I didn't use that.
Then you have to use now. So does it have a lot of traffic? Sorry, search value?
When I checked it, it was more than this. Now it is showing this.
Okay, no problem. See here. So the first website is macromnotes.com and then apple.com, then 925mac.com. My God. So now I need to search for Sumit website. So where Sumit website will appear like this, right? www.sumit.dinishahealth.in.
Maybe after millions of other websites.
Okay, let me search like this. So how many results are there? See here. So is it possible for us to search like this manually each and every website? See, where is Sumit website? Where is Sumit website? So how much time it would take? Just for finding out the positions, how much time it would take? So now your place is nowhere in the first position, first page. Okay, let me go with the second page. Okay, Pocket, Links, Cient, Express. No.
We can Control F Sumit.
Okay. So what happens here? Yesterday I have used one option, right? You can use that option. So make 100 results into one page. So at that time you can see all your 100 results in one page. Okay. So Rafi, just notice the option here. Go to settings, search settings. Okay, I'm in a second page right now.
Yes.
Let me go to the first page. Search settings and then
100.
I know that.
100. So you can make it like 20, 30, 40, 50, it's up to you. Save.
System has detected unusual traffic from your computer.
Okay. So got it. Now, as Rafi said, we can use that option like Control F.
Sumit.
So what? Submit dot the nature health.in. So it's nowhere in a top 100. Okay, so now what I have to do, let me scroll down and then choose second page. Oh. So if your website appears, what happens? So it will highlight your website address, okay? So don't worry, as of now, this Google might not crawl your website or else might not index. So what you have to do is take some time. So check your positions today night or tomorrow morning. So it will show you. It will show you at least somewhere else the bottom also definitely it will show you. Okay. So it takes some time, as I said before. Okay. In such a way you can use. Now again, so if it is showing you somewhere here, so if it is highlighted you somewhere here, so what is your position now again? So how can you count here?
Numbers.
So again 1 2 3 4, how can I count like this?
Second
So
page,
it would be like again second page. So again I have to count, right? 1 2 3 4 so again it would be like a hectic for us just to count the position. So at that time you can install the Chrome extension like SEO Quick. So it is useful for giving the numbers for your results, as well as we can do some SEO audit also. Right. So what is the name of the extension?
SEO
Quick.
Earthquake. Okay. To check the
SEO Quick Google Chrome.
This one also we can use for Mozilla, right?
Sorry?
We can also use for Mozilla.
Oh, for any you can use it for any browser. So can you see remove from Chrome, because I have already a SEO Quick so already installed. So let me try to activate that thing. So here it is the SEO Quick. So now I have disabled it. Let me enable and search for any keyword. for the results.
Mhm.
2, 3, 4. So you no need to count the results. So automatically it will show you the number. So just use this Control F and then it will show you the positions. Okay. So in such a way you have to find out the position. So take some time and try to find out the position by this night or tomorrow morning. Now let me just show you what exactly we can do with the search console. Now we don't have any data, right? So I cannot show you anything with this sumit.dinishahealth.in. Let me try to take another website. Now, so this is the overall performance of my website. See how many clicks I'm getting and how many impressions. What is mean by clicks here? Clicks.
Total number of people who.
So how many people are clicking? So how many people are clicking on your result? Okay. So if one person clicks on your result, then it will be calculating it as a one click. Okay. So in such a way, how many clicks I got? 12.2k clicks I got, and 615k impressions. Impressions means.
Means when they were browsing the
People saw
link,
your
they could see the link.
So if your website appears, okay, if your website appears when someone searches for any particular keyword, then Google will calculate it as a one impression. Okay, right. So now how many impressions we got? Like 615. So this next average CTR. Average CTR means click-through rate. Yes, click-through rate means simply like, you know, number of clicks by number of impressions into 100.
Okay. It's similar to this YouTube analytics.
See what happens here. It just shows you that. So percentage of people clicked your result after appearing your result, right? So if you're you know, let's say that how many clicks I got, just only 5 clicks out of 100 impressions. So what is my percentage now? 5%, right? So in such a way, what is the percentage of your CTR? It just shows you. Okay. So it is always important to have a good CTR. Okay. So now our CTR
What is full form for CTR?
click-through rate. Click-through rate. Do you want me to write? So anyhow, this click-through rate, complete things we're gonna learn in a Google Ads. Yes, of course, for SEO also we do have a click-through rate. Number of clicks by number of impressions into 100. The next thing is average position. So average position is 18.3. So what does it mean, average means? Now let us say my website has been appeared for different queries. Okay. And it will take, Google will take the average position as a, you know, the top position of my keyword, the top position of my website. So now let us say my keyword, my website has been appeared for 100 keywords. So among that 100 keywords, my website has been appeared in a 18th position for one keyword at least. So the top position it will take, and it will show you as an average position. Okay. So that is what now here it will show you for how many queries your website has been appearing in a CRP. Can you see? So these are the queries. So pre-stretched braiding hair, beauty crew, best pre-stretched braiding hair, Spectra, Nisha. So see how many and what are the clicks. So for this keyword, my website is appearing for 1005 times and I got a 791 clicks. So it is showing you the exact keyword. For exact keyword, how many impressions are possible for you and how many impressions, how many clicks you are getting. And for this keyword, 83,000.
What exact definition is of
What exact definition?
is for
Okay, so for this keyword, where my position is? First position. For this keyword, where is my position is? 10th position. So now my website is appearing for this keyword in a 10th position and these many times. Got it now? Cleared? So 7th position, then 7th position, 10th position, and these many times my website appeared for this particular keyword. So appearing your website, that means it is called one impression. Okay.
Appearance in our search result, right?
Oh, yes, SCRP. Now, in such a way, you can choose what all the filtration options you want to see for the particular keyword. So if you want to see average CTR, you can just choose this option, otherwise not required. Choose. Okay. So again, this data is from last 3 months. So if you want to choose like last 28 days, so last 7 days, last 12 months. So if you want to use like most recent date, like yesterday, you want to see the data, you can just choose it. Okay. So it's up to you again. And if you want to see, like again, you can filter a few things, like I want to search, like I want to see the exact data whoever searching for the keyword called beauty crew. So now here my I want to see the data consisting of this query. Exact keyword called beauty crew. So now it is showing me that how many clicks I got and how many impressions I got and what is the CTR and average position also. It is showing me when someone searches for queries like beauty crew and beautycrew.com, and these are my clicks and these are my impressions and my average position is 1. Okay, see now for which pages you are redirecting also it is showing you, right? So I am making people to redirect to these many pages and from which countries you are getting a traffic and how many clicks and how many impressions are possible, like United States, United Kingdom, Canada, France, India, Australia. So can you see now exact data? Sure, did you get a clarity now? So whatever the website you
Chitra,
assigned it.
actually, I don't know what happened. Your voice went in the middle. I couldn't listen what exactly you told during the total impressions thing.
Just impressions means nothing but your website appears when someone searches in SERP. Okay, so how many times it appears, that many impressions it is going to calculate. So CTR means it's completely depends on the formula called number of clicks by number of impressions into 100. That means percentage of a people, percentage of a clicks you got after appearing your website. Okay, so it is always, now let us say if my website appears for 100 times and if I get only 5 clicks, that means what happens, your CTR is very low, right? So
Yeah,
we
right.
have to try always improving our
330, you got
CTR.
275.
Mm. So for this
So,
keyword I have filtered with the keyword, right? Beauty crew.
right.
Okay,
Because that
so
is the
if
website name.
name, so if you want to remove that filtration, you can just happily remove it. Okay, and if you want to search that, yes, I want to see where exactly I'm standing, like in United States, how is my data. So if you want to see, you can just apply it. So complete United States data it will show you, right? How many clicks and how many impressions you got it. So in such a way you can just filter, like what is the device also, you can just choose it. I want to see complete mobile performance. Can you see? From United States, I am getting a 8,000 clicks from mobile phone. So if you want to see the desktop also, you can just see it. So the complete performance here, I can analyze it. Okay, and here you can go with the coverage issue. So this is what I told you guys. So there are some, if you have any issues with your website, here in this coverage issue, it will automatically say. So if you have any errors, it will show you. Now we don't have any errors. It is showing you green, red color. So valid with the warnings.
So,
Now
ma'am,
there are.
if we have any error, how to solve it?
So we can solve by validating the issues. Now here I have a valid with a 20 URLs with valid with a warning. So it is showing you that indexed. Okay, but not haven't submitted robots.txt. So it will show you the type also. What is the type of that issue as well. Now here it is showing me that robots.txt. I have to verify with my robots.txt. Okay, and here it is showing you that 1.2k URLs are valid. Okay, so these many URLs are valid now. So it is showing in SCRP. And here 15.1k URLs has been excluded. So this is one issue that intentionally Google was not trying to crawl your URLs intentionally. This excluded means. So there might be some issues, like you might be redirected to some other website which is having some errors kind of things. So can you see here 20 URLs again without robots.txt, and it is showing you that there is no proper canonical tag. Okay, so here it is showing you that it has temporarily crawled but not yet indexed. and here there are 1500 in URL which has not submitted in robots.txt. So now you don't understand this robots.txt canonical URLs and all. So when we are going to discuss about technical SEO at that time, you will understand what exactly this robots.txt and all.
What
So
is that number, pages number, like 1000, 9000? What is that?
those are page URLs, pages. So these many pages, like 2000 pages, have been crawled temporarily. So, and 1500
Not related
pages.
to you, right?
So these are related to my website. In my website only there are many pages. So it's completely e-commerce website, right? We have a lakhs of products. So the lakhs
my
of
God.
products will be
Okay.
having a URLs.
Okay.
So
You
there
have
we
like
have to
9000 pages. Oh my God.
yes, yes. So even if you are in your small website also, you'll be having at least 20 to 25 URLs.
That
Okay.
will be maintained
So
by a big team, I guess. One
yes,
single
team,
person
and
can. Yeah.
see, everything is an URL, right? So wp/admin is an URL, so slash author is an URL, slash tag is an URL, slash feed in is, everything is an URL. So everything is going to crawl by Google. Okay, so here you'll come to know what exactly the coverage issues are. And sitemaps, again sitemaps we're going to discuss in a technical SEO part. And removals, let's say that now you have a one URL, okay, and you are not going to continue with that URL. Let's say you have a one blog post URL. You tried writing that URL last 5 days back, but you don't have interest and you feel that you don't require to write that blog now. So at the time your blog is there, it has been published now. So then Google will come and Google will crawl. Now what happens when someone searches for it, will show you that half and half information for the user. Again, it's a bad, right? So if you remove that URL also, that URL will be already indexed. So we cannot remove that URL from the indexed page, right? So at that time, if you want to remove that, at that time you can request Google to remove your URL. Okay, so if you directly remove that URL from your dashboard, what happens? Nothing happens. Why? Because that URL has been already indexed. It has been situated in the indexing box of Google. So now if you remove from your website also, there is no use. So that is the reason we need to make Google to remove that. So that is why I request a Google. Okay, you just click on this new request and enter the URL and then send a request. So Google will validate your website and it will see whether to remove or not. Okay,
That means,
Sajid?
ma'am, we need to indexing every URL in Google.
Yes, yes, definitely. It is very important to index each and every URL, right? So if you
Okay.
want to show the position. So if you don't want to index also, there are some ways not to crawl the website. So we do have, that happens with the robots.txt. Okay, the next comes here. It's a Core Web Vital. This is a new option introduced by Google. Okay, so it shows you the performance like mobile and then desktop user performance. It will show you. Okay, now let us say here there are 233 URLs need improvement and 111 good URLs. And here in desktop 166 URLs need an improvement. Okay, let us see what is this. Simply it shows you that what is the user's experience when they open your website. Okay, now if I can open report, this is very important, guys. Listen, when you go for the interviewer also, interviewer will ask you this definite questions. Now there are zero errors, but if I click this need an improvement, it is showing me that LCP issues, FID issues, FID issues, CLS issues. Okay, let me clearly explain you what is this. LCP. So if you want to write, you can just write it, guys. So the next is, what is this? FID. FID means first input delay. The next is, what is this? CLS. Okay. So here it was trying to show me the warnings. Actually, it is not errors actually. So warnings. Warnings means you have to improve in your website. So this LCP, largest contentful paint, and then FID, forced input delay, and cumulative layer shift or tells about the user experience. So it's completely about loading. Okay, so this FID is all about interaction, I can say, interactivity. Then here it is all about visual stability. Let me show you. Now LCP means when someone opens your website, if a page like, now Sumiti is searching for a Dizzy course total. Okay, so now if my website shows any kinds of splash screen, or else if it displays any loading indicator, what does it mean? So it is taking much time to load the largest content in my website. So here what he is facing some loading kinds of indicators there. That means it is a bad experience from the user side, right? So if user faces these kinds of loading kinds of things, so no people will try show some interest to open your website. Why? Because it is taking a lot of time. Okay, so if you have that issues, now here it is showing me that, so 233 URLs are facing the LCP issues. That means 233 URLs loading speed is a high. Okay, loading speed is high, and it is showing you that 2.5 seconds. So if you have a LCP less than 2.5 seconds, it is always better. Okay, so make sure that your large, whatever the large content, like, if you have any videos, or else if you have any large content that can be loaded, so make sure that all can be loaded in a just less than 2.5 seconds. It is a very good one. Okay, so if it is a more than 4 seconds, it will show you as a warning. Okay, this is what LCP mean. Definitely it is one question asked by interviewer. Okay, do remember. And the next thing is that FID, first input delay. Okay, so now a person been to my website. Yes, my LCP is fine. So my website has been loaded very fast. But what happened when he was trying to interact with my page, like, he might be trying to click on one URL, or else he might be trying to click on one button. So at the time, how much time it is taking by a browser to open that particular page? That is what interactivity. Okay, so it also should occur in just 100 milliseconds. Okay, so after clicking on that button, so that particular respected page should be open in just less than 100 milliseconds. Then if it opens in just less than 100 milliseconds, then your FID is very good. Okay, then you are facing some users good experience. So these three web vitals or shows you that yes, the user's experience simply. Then cumulative layout shift means it is simply that, have you ever been reading an article, like, anywhere you are reading an article online, so have you ever noticed that without clicking on that particular item, so you might have faced a few things coming up? Have you ever noticed when
Pop up?
something has been no, not pop up, when something has been changes on the page, so without clicking anything? Have you ever noticed? So without making any action, some pages will scroll up and it will show you some other pages. So like something
Yeah,
for
Yeah,
happens, happens.
maybe.
uh,
Yeah.
yes. So that is called cumulative layout shift. So if you have that kinds of issues, it will show you the this kind of warning. Okay, so these are the few important places where you have to improve yourself to overcome these kinds of issues. Make sure that you have a less HTML tags in your website, and make sure that you optimize your images. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a small doubt. Like this
Yes.
loading thing and all, it can depend upon the user who is browsing. His own
Mm-hmm.
browsing speed can affect this thing. Like if he's having a slow connection, and because of that,
Yes, apart from that,
Ma'am, we have any tools to check before we are updating all these things
see,
on
now
our.
there is no such kind of tools. We have to do everything from our back end. Let's say that, so if you have a more tag than your text, then automatically your loading speed will be very slow. Okay,
Yeah.
make sure that you have a much text when compared to the coding. And while using the images also, try to optimize the images by using the alternative text and all. So it is also helps you to strengthen your SEO. and videos also. So instead of directly putting the videos, try to take some cloud sharing. Okay, so better you can put all your videos in that cloud sharing, and so that you can make people to redirect to that sharing. So what happens if you put all kinds of videos, so it would take a lot of time to load the page, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
you better go and put the videos in separate hosting, so it will be good. Okay, so these are the places where you can recheck once before updating your website. So if you want to rank, these also few important factors that Google considers. Okay, so not only on page and off page, this also matters. Core web vitals. Okay, good. So yes, these are the few things you have to remember while analyzing your website with the Google Search Console, guys. So go through this once again and assign your website. Now I have connected Sumit website with Google Search Console. Now can he connect again with his Gmail ID? Can he do that? I have already connected with my Gmail ID. Now
Yeah.
Search Console with my Gmail ID. Then what he can do now? What he can do?
I'll have to verify that once again. Maybe it will connect.
Okay, two Search Consoles in one website. Then again you are recrawling the website, so you are making a you are calling Google 2 times to your website. Is
Okay.
that good again?
No
Mhm.
problem, Chitra. You give your website. You will do.
So do you want me to give my credentials to use Search Console? Yeah, and one more thing, here you can see links also, from where you are getting a links also.
Yeah.
Okay, top external links. Okay, so from where external, from where we are getting a links also, it is showing you. So for these pages we are getting a links, internal links also, these many internal links. And here I can see linked sites, from which sites we are getting a backlinks. Okay, so now if you don't understand also, don't mind. So why? Because in the off-page optimization, we are going to discuss all about links, backlinks, and all. So at that time, you will be understanding. So what is these links and how we are going to get a links from other websites to our
So
website.
these websites have a link of beautycrew.com.
Yes, these websites gave a link to the beautycrew.com. Okay, so normally how we can give an external link, we can happily give the external link, right? So giving an link to an external website, the same way those people gave a link back to our website. Okay, so it is showing you these are the top link site. There is a this is also most important thing to strengthen your SEO. Okay, you want to get a good backlinks, and for which text you are getting a backlinks also, it is showing you. Saved from Beautycrew, https beautycrew.com. So for these text we are getting a backlinks, so you can analyze how many backlinks you are getting as well. Okay, so now I don't want to give a credentials. So now I am an admin to Sumit.Nidhi I don't want to give an credentials also. So what I can do, how he can see the performance of his website now. See here, there is a one more thing that I can give access for Sumit to check the analysis. Okay, so how we can give access is that, let's go to the settings, and here it is an ownership, right? So here it is showing you that we had a delegated owner. Where it is, we were okay. This is a beautycrew.com, right? Sorry, where is it, Sumit? Yes. So now here it's a verified owner. So here users and permissions is there, right? Just click this, and here click on add user. Okay, and here I can enter Sumit email address, add. So now he can access the complete Google Search Console of his website through his email address. Now if you want to do everything manually, how you can do? So now giving an access is fine, and you can happily see the performance. But if you want to do everything from scratch, like assigning the website to the Search Console, going back to the dashboard and then pasting the code, if you want to do manually, what you can do? Do you want to assign with the one more Gmail address? Mm-hmm. Yes, you can do it, but it's not good to have that kinds of process. Okay, I can do one thing here. Okay, I can remove the access for my Gmail ID. Okay, So how we can remove the access is, so there are two things. You can remove the property. If you remove the property means, so you are just only removing the property from the search console, but you are not removing the ownership. Okay. So let's say if I wants to directly remove my ownership, just click this, and here this is what the Gmail address, right? So click this manage property
Okay.
owners, and here it's a add owner. So if you still wants to add an owner, you can add it. So I want to unverify it. So you can just add an owner also, same like adding a user. Unverify. So now it is asking us that to unverify this owner, you must remove the following from your site. So you just need to remove this site. So where I have pasted this code again?
Teams.
In header, like
In header, right? So
Yeah.
now go back to your dashboard and try to remove that code. So here it's the code.
Okay.
Remove it. Then
Manual
update file.
work.
Otherwise, we can use that plugin and do all these things, no? Right?
Insert
Yeah,
headers and footer.
got it.
Yes. Yeah,
Got
you
it.
can use it. So go back and then unverify it. Okay, so now I have successfully unverified the property. Let's go back to the webmaster tools and refresh it. Oops, you don't have an access to this property.
Okay.
So right. So now Sumit, from your end with your Gmail ID, you can happily access your site with the Search Console by following the process. Okay.
Do it today night, yeah.
Yes, good. So everyone do follow this process. It is very mandatory. So if you go for job or else if you handle any projects, if you do some freelancing works,
both
also.
person are using this. Anything problem?
Sorry, both.
I think,
Yes, problem, right? You know, for every URL you are making Google to crawl double times. So it is completely a problem for the Google. So there is no problem for us. So it is a problem for a Google. Okay, never ever do that kinds of things.